Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a battle on the Sand River map and we've got some mid-tier action. We've got Kirjiel and Dermi Iron from 1AA clan, and they're in tier 5 tanks, the Panzer 3-4 and the KV-1 SA, the reward tank for the holiday ops. They're 1 tier in this map. In this game, I should say, tier 5 to tier 6. So let's see how they play the map and can they overcome the odds of being bottom tier. Alright, so Kirjiel's come up to this area where you can basically spot tanks crossing up to the north. So you can catch them crossing and get some nice side shots there. To refresh my memory about the gun on this tank, so 75mm can make sense. Average damage 110. And what have we got? Pen of 110. That's also useful for the standard round. The premium round gives a shell velocity of 988. A bit more pen. So, alright, anyway, 75mm gun, pretty standard for tier 5s and even tier 6s. It's been joined by a whole bunch of other tanks, so also not getting any joy out of this. All the tanks have gone to the north, quite a few have, some in the middle, and a few down on the south side. So it's just like them to do that, and now they've spotted some enemy tanks on the other side of the map, so it's just looking for the opportunity to get some side shots here. They lose their first tank, light tank, but he spotted the enemy light tank, the Chaffee. Just not getting the gun depression here. No, he has, and he actually managed to land a shot there. So relatively low shell velocity, so to allow for the travel time in terms of lead, but it also allows it to loop over a little bit, so not quite as slow as his HE shells, of course. Anyway, he's managed to take that Chaffee down, or help take him down to quite a low number. It looks like the enemy's pushing in on the south, so coming back now to defend the base. This match could be over really quickly if you're paying attention to the mini-map. All the tanks on the north doing not a whole lot. So comes up here to take an advantage position using the bushes here. But okay, nothing quite showing themselves yet. Okay, top of the boogie. They need to switch his to his premium shell. He's going to need it to go through the turret of that. It's a medium tank. It's pretty tough. And there's heavy tank tier 6. And that was the bounce message, so no joy there. Nice shot towards the coral beach as it goes dark, so I don't know if that landed or not. Tommy's gone down into the dry river bed there to try and help out, but he's lost some of his health already. They've lost 6 tanks in total now. They've only managed to kill one of the enemy tanks, so this is looking pretty dire at this stage. And the problem with these low alpha guns is, yeah, the DPM also is low. Right, Super Chaffee coming in, and he takes a hit from the Cromwell B, takes another shot at the Super Chaffee to reduce his hit points, but the Cromwell B takes opportunity to put another shot in, so all of a sudden he's on half of his hit points. And the enemy's starting to cap. There are 6 tanks down. Oh, there's the Crommy. He puts hits into him, which he does. And the Cromwell, oh, he bounces that one and gets a shot in on the drive. So sometimes the Cromwell gun is a bit unreliable, but now another shot in. So Kirjiel all of a sudden down to 76 hit points, and he does not take on that game. However, Dermi backs him up and takes out the Crommy. Super Chaffee's just up above him, so he's working really hard not to get spotted. Dermi's come up to back him up. Super Chaffee having a good go at Dermi, but the gun not working for him, and finally Kirjiel gets the kill. So 1 kill each to platoon, and overall the team has gotten some of their wins back, so they're only 3 tanks behind. See Kirjiel just making the most of this area here to shoot from behind a bush so he doesn't get spotted. Tags the Skoda and takes him down to close to 1 shot. That boogie's still there at the back. Again, fires a shot that could have landed, but no guarantee. So the guys down in that riverbed making some inroads into their enemy there. Still a 3 tank disadvantage. So Kirjiel just trying to keep up the spotting here, spot out the enemy tanks coming up from the south, and try and not get spotted himself, but luckily the enemy not proved to be using the north. Anyway, kills the Skoda, puts a shot into the boogie finally, and maybe taking quite a few hits just then. And I think gets taken out by Doomy, so they've now got 2 kills each between them, and they've reduced the deficit to only 1 tank, but there's a significant difference in hit points available. You can see Doomy, well, not many more hit points than Kirjiel. So as a platoon, they're running low on resources that they need to complete the battle, but they've still got their guns, still got their ammo, still got the mobility. Now they've spotted the Tier 6 heavy tanks pushing up the middle, so it gives them the advice of not worth pushing into the guns that are up in front of you, including there's a TD, the Nashorn, which could take them out really quickly. And actually pay attention and fall back. No, it's interesting. Alright, so now you can see the enemies pushing up. The whole north of their side basically just got evaporated against the enemy tank, so that's completely unfortunate, but there's not a whole lot you can do about that. Now they've just got to recover, so they've still got their heavy tanks down on that river bed. Kirjiel just looking for a spot where he can get an angle on these heavy tanks without getting spotted himself. So snapping his view around really quickly, just trying to keep an eye and make sure that he doesn't get spotted, but looking for a spot where he can shoot. Now, there's only so many spots that will shoot down into the riverbed from there. Potentially one is where this boogie died. It actually doesn't quite look like it's going to give him the advantage he needs. Like, you can't even move the boogie out of the way, it's too heavy, so it moves it around. And it's certainly not going to go down into the ditch with the other tanks there. I get rid of one of the tanks, so I've got a chance to put some shots into this KV1. If he does get spotted and he dodges the incoming round, it's a stroke of luck, it would have taken him out for sure. In fact, they've just lost their 2 Tier 6 heavy tanks, so it is now down to Kirjiel and Doomy. Grand total of 334 hit points between the 2 of them, and they've got 4 tanks to kill. Getting some hits into KV1 SA, and taking him down to a pretty low health, so that's a good outcome there. And their KV1 also on fairly low health, so probably 3 shots for the KV1 and maybe only 1 for the KV1 SA, so Kirjiel comes up to try and get an angle on them, see whether they push down, and they're obviously communicating together so they know who's going where. And are they going to come around the corner? Doesn't look like it. Right, so they're going to stay there. And they basically have been on base defence for more than half the battle, but just over 5.5 minutes to go. Just going to have to rely on the enemy pushing in, hopefully 1 tank at a time. It's going to be the easiest way to kill them. If the enemy actually organised themselves and came in all together, that would make life very difficult. And there's the KV1. Kirjiel doesn't want to shoot just yet. The KV1 knows he's spotted. Now everyone's got 6th sense on their tanks. It's you've got to just expect that people know that what that means when the alert comes up. our low tier players. KB1 deciding, alright, let's just keep progressing. He's showing the side of his turret, so Kirjiel's coming up here to get the bush fully solid, and he'll be able to shoot without getting spotted, so nice high roll there. And another shot in, one more, he'll get the kill, and there he goes. So starting to level it out now. And the KV1SA down below, also on fairly low hit points, so Doomy should be able to get the drop on him. And Doomy's pushing in to do exactly that. Comes up. Oh no, spotted the Nashon. Okay, that's interesting move. Nashon being spotted. Kirjiel was spotted, but he manages to duck back down behind the terrain. He goes unspotted now, and see if he can get some shots into this Nashon. Doomy's out of action at the moment, further down below, and the Nashon's turned away. That's interesting. So he knows he's been spotted. Now he's got no vision really. If he had binoculars before, you can't use them because he's on the move. And Kirjiel can pump some shots in, and he's basically getting farming here. Below, he's got to get his shots to land. Alright, Doomy's managed to get rid of the Britannia Panther, so that's an interesting one. I thought that guy was full health, so I'll have to watch that later in the replay again. Wasn't paying attention to the Bret Panther. I thought he was going to be a real threat. Tier 6 medium tank, should be able to polish them off, and in fact Kirjiel gets the kill. That's the end of the game, and that's 8 kills for the platoon. Okay, got some nice results here. 2.1k of damage and 4 kills. We saw a little bit of assisted damage, but not a whole lot. He's got the Brothers in Arms, where they do at least 3 kills each, and what's this one? Oskin's Medal, destroying 3 enemy tanks or tank destroyers with a medium tank that need to be at least 1 tier higher. So that's nice. And the Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Alright, see how the team came out. Well, Doomy didn't come out second, that's interesting. So Kirjiel finished on top, 1131, so pretty low level, but certainly earned his stripes in that game. The M6 actually did pretty well, getting over 2k and also doing pretty well in experience, and Doomy coming in third there. So 12 kills between those 3 tanks really basically kept the team in the game. The Tiger 131, a bit hard to tell, but yeah, certainly did enough damage to cover his own hit points, which is what your baseline is. Enemy team, the Cromwell B, did the best out of all of them. That's interesting. What happened to that Bret Panther? Now I did go back and look at the replay. He's actually done a fair bit of damage, probably when the tanks were in the north and he was sniping. I think he fell off something, or he got damaged in the north, but he wasn't really spotted until right near the end, so I suspect actually fell off one of the rocks and lost a fair bit of his health, and then Doomy finished him off. But anyway, a bit of bad luck. He could have really turned the game around for his own team, I would think, if he'd managed to keep his health in line. Alright, so Kirjiel ended up firing 29 shots, 25 of those hits. That's pretty good shooting, 21 penetrations. Did have some personal reserves running, as well as battle payments in the clan. So even for a tech tree tank, he's made a nice little profit of 53k, which is sort of, you know, tier 5 is one of those sweet spots in the game. Anyway, great game there from Kirjiel and backed up by Doomy. Thanks very much for the content. This was before the campaign, I'm pretty sure, so it's been there a little while, so apologies for that. But hopefully you liked the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. It certainly helps its performance and gets more people to see it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing that. We'll have more great content to follow. Thanks very much for watching.